Hello scholars. Today through this video we are going to understand how to complete the remaining activities based on the chapter The Fall of Troy part 1. In previous lecture we discussed about first four activities given in the English workshop. Today we are going to discuss some remain activities in this chapter titled The Fall of Troy. The fifth activity that we are going to discuss today is we have to find out the counter action for the following actions. Here it is given there, understand. Now some of the actions are given here. You can see these are the some of the actions. What was happened in response to these actions, it is known as the counter action. So counter action, it's very simple to find out. It means we have to write down the consequences of the given actions are there. So the first action was there. Helen eloped with the Paris. Helen eloped with the Paris. So what was its counter action? The counter action to this one was there. All kings, all kings and heroes. Here you can see now all kings and heroes of Greece declare war, declared war against the Trojans. Trojan means the people, those who are living in the Troy. Troy is okay. In this way, it is being given there. Understand? This was the consequences, or this was the effect of Helen's elopement with the Paris. Yes, Helen was the queen of Greece, and she eloped with the prince of Troy, Paris. Understand? In this way, it was there. Second one is given there. The Greece, sorry, the Greeks sailed to the Troy and attacked it. So, what is the consequences of what is the counter action to this one? The Trojans too. Here you can write down the Trojans too. The Trojans too fought. The Trojans too fought hard, and what they did, the sage continued. S I E G. Sorry, sage continued. The sage continued for 10 long years. This is the consequence of what? The second action, that is this one. Okay. Third one. Hector was killed by Achilles. Hector was killed by Achilles. So what was the consequences of that one, or what was the counteraction to this one? Achilles was killed. Achilles was killed. Achilles was killed later, later by a poisoned, by a poisoned arrow. Okay, by a poisoned arrow that entered, that entered his heel, that entered his heel. So that was the counter action to this one. Understand? It was happened there. Later, D, the sage continued for 10 long years. What was the consequences of that one? We have to write the consequences of that. Though both the Trojan, Trojans and Greeks who were fed up, fed up, the fighting went on. The fighting went on, went on. In this way, it is being given there. Understood? So these are the some of the four action, and with the help of these four action, we have also write the what kind of actions took place there. Now here you have to what is there from either two Indian epics. Now we know there are two important Indian epics are there, Ramayana and Mahabharata. What we have to do is that we have to write down with the help of the Ramayana and Mahabharata what was the things related with the battle and war, how many years it was lasted there. Okay, second important thing is there that we have to write down its causes, the enemies and the heroes during that, and what was the final outcome. With the help of these points we have to fill the blank spaces by considering these points. Understand? In this way we have to write down the first point that we want to write here, cause. What was the cause of the battlefield? Okay, what was the cause of the battle? We have to see in Ramayana there was a war between Rama and Ravana, we already know. Understand? As the latter had kidnapped Sita and to take the revenge for his sister. Ravana's revenge was of insult. This was the first. Now what was the reason? In you have to make the two columns here. Here you can write Ramayana, right? And here you can write Mahabharata. Mahabharata. Understand? Mahabharata. Now here you have to mention what was the cause of the battle which was fought between Rama and Ravana, because Ravana kidnapped Sita, and to carry out her rescue, the fighting took place. You have to write down. In Mahabharata, what was the reason? There was a fighting. There was a war between Pandav. There was a fighting between what was there? This is Ramayana, and here Mahabharata. 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 So here Pandava and Kaurava. There was a fighting between, and what was the cause was there? Kingdom of Hastinapur. The reason was the reason for the fight, kingdom of Hastinapur. Hastinapur. This was the reason for the Mahabharata. Understand? Now let us find out the enemy armies against Ram. Which was there? Ravana's army was there. Ravana's army. Understand? And the enemy armies of Duryodhana in Mahabharata. Duryodhan. Duryodhan's army in Mahabharata. Okay. Now who were the heroes? In Ramayana, Lord Rama was the hero, and in Mahabharata, who was there? Pandav brothers. Pandav, Pandava brothers. We can say they were the heroes actually. Understand? In this way, we have tried. The duration was there, right? The war in the Ramayana, it was fought for 13 days. The war in the Ramayana, it was fought for 13 days between Lord Rama and Ravana. And the duration of the war which was fought in Mahabharata, it was 18 days. 18 days. In this way you have to complete, right? Duration is there. This is the duration of Ramayana, and this is the duration of war that took place in Mahabharata. Understood? Now we will see the final outcome was there. What was the final outcome of the war? Right? Ravana was defeated. Right? Here Ravana was defeated in Ramayana. Ravana was defeated. Understand? And what happened in the Mahabharata? In Mahabharata, Duryodhana was finally defeated. Duryo, Duryodhana was finally, finally defeated. He was finally defeated. In this way, this was the final outcome of the war. Understand? In this way, we have to complete the activities. Now, the seventh activity that we have to discuss is there. What is the seventh activity? Now, we have to complete the given sentence with the reference to the passage. And by completing these particular sentences, what we have to write down? We have to underline the clauses also. So, here, how to complete this one? We will see first. First, we have to complete them, and later we will see how to find out or how to complete or how to find out the clauses there. Understand? So here, first we will see what is being given here. Now, what is meant by epics? We will see. So look at now. The first sentence is there that we have to complete here. The epics are long poem that relate. Here you can write relate, that relate the deeds, the deeds of great, the great national war. Yes, you can write it's a national war is there. Understand? National war. So this is the remain part is there. Understand? Now in this sentence, the epics are long poems. This is main clause is there. Here you can write now this is main clause, main clause. And what kind of a part that we have written after that, it is a subordinate clause. Understand what kind of part just I have written before some time, that is subordinate clause. Similarly, see now what is in the second one. They may be composed and sung or recited for many years. In this sentence, the remain part we have to write down. First, let me tell you what is the missing part in this, right? So they may be composed and sung and recited for many years before they were written. Here you can write down before they were written. Understand? Before they were written. Now look at in this sentence. What is this? The sentence, they may be composed and sung or recited for many years. This particular part of the sentence is known as the main clause, and the remaining part that we have already discussed or already filled here is the subordinate clause. Understand? Next, nobody knows for a certain. What is there? Nobody knows for certain. The remaining part of the sentence here we have to write down who the author, who the author of these early early epics, right? So this is the remain part is there. Okay, now we have to identify the clauses. Nobody knows for certain, nobody knows for certain, actually this is the main clause is there. And the remain, that what kind of thing I have written after who, along with the who, right? The remain part is subordinate clause. D is there. What is the D sentence is there? It is believed that the Iliad, here you have to write down the Iliad. Iliad, the Iliad, T capital and I capital, the and Iliad and the Odyssey, the Iliad and the Odyssey, the Odyssey, Odyssey. They were composed and recited by the blind poet, right? Blind poet named Homer, who lived about 900 BC, right? And who wandered from one city of Greek or village to another singing his poem to all who would receive him in the homes and give him the hospitality. So look at now here you have to write down the main clauses in this final sentence and subordinate clauses are there. So only one sentence I am giving you for your completion. I hope you understood all the sentences, and I also mentioned you how to complete the remain activities in this particular activity, or what we can say English workshop. That's all in today's session. Thank you.